It is now my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce Becky Auer. Becky has been a serial entrepreneur for 24 years, where she's been killing what she eats each and every day. She most recently was a co-owner of a sushi restaurant where she and her partner made the agreement that Becky wouldn't get involved in the day-to-day operations of the restaurant if the partner didn't get involved in the marketing. In the first year, Becky took the sushi restaurant to $6.5 million in sales and kept it there for 7 years. That's impressive in a restaurant business. In 2006, Becky became a IBA CBA for GKIC, which we are so happy to have, and she's been sharing and teaching with all of her members what works, how to move their business to the next level, and really time-tested GKIC principles. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Becky Auer. Thank you, thank you.
Okay, I have the clicker here. Let me move this over here. Okay, so thank you, GKIC and Nick and AJ for having me up here. I only have 20 minutes, and I'm going to try and share with you a lot to take your business to the next level. So who here wants to take their business to the next level within the next 20 minutes? Okay, good. As Nick said, I went into this restaurant, and I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started 3 multi-million-dollar businesses within the last 15 years. And so it's been an interesting journey, and I hope to share with you today some of the mistakes that I made so you don't make them too, and be able to take one thing today away and use it in your business at the end of the day or when you go back to wherever you came from. You guys are in the top 1% because you showed up today. So congratulations, and we will get started. So this is me and my girls. I am a busy mom, just like a lot of you are busy parents out there. And then I went and showed up at my business. But when I started 15 some years ago, they were very little. And so my daughter on your right is Suzanne. She's going to be a junior in college. And my daughter on my left is Katie, and she is a senior in high school this year. And Katie has cystic fibrosis. And it's unfortunate because it is it's really a fatal disease, and it affects her lungs and her pancreas. And so on top of being a parent and wife then, ex-wife now, thank goodness, and those types of things, I was in the hospital a lot with Katie because she had massive health problems. And Nick's going to talk about that a little bit after this. But being a business owner, then you show up, right? You have to be the bookkeeper, and you're a solo entrepreneur a lot of times, and you are, the inventory taker and the customer service person. So it's all really a balancing act. Where do you start in your day? And so what I'm going to share with you is to cut through the chase and take some things and make your business to the next level. All right, this was my restaurant, $6.5 million. By the end, when I sold it 7 years later, I generated a list of over 63,000 unique guests. So that was a lot of people. It was enough to fill the Pittsburgh Penguins arena. So that was an interesting capture of all of those things. I'm going to show you or tell you how to do that quickly. And I wanted to make it sleek and trendy and unique like nothing else that was out there in a Japanese steakhouse. So you guys know about Benihana here? Yeah, okay, so we were like a Benihana, but I didn't want to be Benihana. I wanted to be bigger and better and more unique. Dan has always said, give them something to talk about, make it different, make it fun, and so that's what my goal was. This was the inside. We had smokeless hibachi tables. We spent a lot of money on them because we don't want you to leave smelling like grease. We also had a huge cocktail lounge. We seated 45 people. We got the blessing of the 20 to 30-year-old cute chickies in the beginning. They came in, the men followed, and it was a success ever since then. So today I'm going to teach you the 9 essential weapons you need in your bag of tricks to become successful in business, and if you're already successful in business, to become more successful in business. The first thing in your essential marketing weapon is the marketing calendar. I love marketing calendars, and I used to call it my ka-ching calendar because every time I put a new promotion on my marketing calendar, I made more money. So any given month, I ran between 6 and 14 promotions at a time. So it was a lot going on, but you need a marketing, who here uses a marketing calendar currently? Anybody? All right, very good. So about a quarter of the room. If you don't have a marketing calendar, here's how I started. This is big. You go to Google and you print out blank calendar and you print out the year and you start to fill in things. And so what I filled in was promotions that I thought I wanted to run. I filled in any trade shows that I was going to go to. I put in conferences like this to make you a better business owner. And I started with that. I didn't really know what a marketing calendar was. I didn't have a group like you guys way back then when I started my businesses. And so I put down things that I wanted to promote, and I didn't know what that was. But what I figured out quickly was if you use wacky holidays that have absolutely nothing to do with your business, people love it. So here are some examples of reasons to get people to come in and to be at my restaurant. One was Sister's Day, I found in August. I said, okay, everybody might have a sister, so I made a big promotion around Sister's Day, and I sent out a postcard and said, if you have a sister or a sorority sister, have a friend who's like a sister, bring in your half-sister, really it was bring in any kind of friend at all, you can get a free dessert. And so I sent out a postcard, and instead of just celebrating Sister's Day, I made it Sister's Month, right? Because I had already invested all the money in the postcard to send out. So people don't know these holidays. You can do whatever you want with them. So people loved it, though. And then when they were there, we took pictures of them and put them in the newsletter, which I'll go over later. Nurses Appreciation Week, right? I was in the hospital a lot with my daughter. I never thought the nurses got enough attention. And so there was Nurses Appreciation Week in June. So I did a whole promotion around Nurses Appreciation Month. If they showed their badge that they were a nurse, they got 20% off dinner. Now, do you think, who there thinks they showed up alone? Yeah. No. They brought their friend, they were all proud that they were a nurse, and they came in, right? So we got more people in that way by using a marketing calendar. Last was National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. Now, has anyone ever gone to a Japanese steakhouse and gotten chocolate covered raisins there? Okay, no. So it was just fun, right? People loved it. So there is actually a National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day, and I made it a week long and said, hey, if you come in and eat at our restaurant and have dinner, you get a little gift. We're celebrating National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day, right? So my goal was when they went to the office the next day, that they had something to talk about. So give your people something to talk about. What is unique about you? How are you different from everybody else? That was the main goal. Here is a resource to write down. It's brownielocks.com. If you're not creative, if you don't know how to do a tie-in, it is a great resource to give you the wackiest and weirdest holidays, and you can also Google unique wacky holidays. But this website is a great resource for you, and it's free. Okay, weapon number 2 is build a list. Okay, who here has a list on a computer that you can segment? Okay, good. So when I say a list, that's what I mean. I mean, you need to be able to go in and segment. So I had a list. I use Infusionsoft. If you need a customer relation management software program, they're a vendor here today, and I think Nick just said they're doing a lunch. So build a list that you can go in and quickly access, right? So like on a snow day in Pittsburgh, of all things, people didn't want to come in, right? They wanted to stay home. And so I would do a big, hey, it's a snow day, come in. So everybody knew that our snow days were days to come in, and you got select appetizers half off, and $1 off drafts and bar drinks. But I could reach them quickly because I had built up this list of 63,000 people. Now, I didn't start with that. We were a brand new restaurant. I had no restaurant experience. I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew is when I showed up at a restaurant, I wanted to be treated great. I wanted it to be like Cheers. So to do that and to have that relationship in your business, you have to know who these people are. So 20% of your list gives you 80% of your business. But if you don't know the 20% that is, you're in deep doo-doo. So get a list, put it in a customer relationship management program, and don't have it just in a file cabinet because you can't reach them quickly. Some of the other reasons, well, let's go on because I only have a limited amount of time. Essential marketing weapon number 3 is then you have to track your promotions. So all the promotions that are on your marketing calendar that you're using, you have to track the results. You don't know whether they're making money or not, and you could market yourself out of business if you don't know those numbers. So you have to track results of each promotion, and in the CD that Nick's going to talk about when he comes back up here, we're going to give you some of these tools because I just don't have enough time to show you how to do all that. So I used a plain piece of paper and someone in the office, and they tracked 6 to 14 promotions every given month. And we attached them to this paper, and we put them all into a computer Excel sheet, so I knew at the end of that promotion whether it was a winner or not. And so I also had notes at the bottom on the sheet that you'll get. There's notes at the bottom where you can write notes about next year. The hardest time to do a marketing calendar is the first time. Yeah, I mean, you're like, what do I put on this thing? But once you have one, then you just add to it, and then you call it the cha-ching calendar. So know your return on investment. Now, I know these are a lot to write down. We put some of them in the CD we're going to give out to you, but the essential marketing weapon number 4 is top of mind touches. So these were some of the things that I did all year long to get my customers to love me and to talk about word of mouth, right? The cheapest form of advertising is word of mouth. You want people to go to the water cooler the next day or to go to their neighbor and talk about you. So we did thank you emails. I sent out an email every single week and got very few opt-ins because why? People they're busy, they're bored, but if you give them something to talk about, they will love you. So we sent out handwritten thank you cards. We did contests in our newsletter. We sent out direct mail pieces to invite them in for special occasions. We did voice broadcasts for the birthday postcards that I sent out that said, hi, this is Becky from Nakama. You should have received your birthday coupon in the mail. Please come on in. Don't forget to use it for the whole month of your birthday. So people thought that was me calling them, and it wasn't. It was a voice broadcast that went out to everybody that was in the month of that birthday month, okay? But again, it was just a different way to touch them. Everything down to lost customer campaign, new mover campaigns. So there's a lot of moving parts to take a business from 0 to $6.5 million in a little over a year. I sent out, this was the bane of my existence, the newsletter. I did it myself. There are vendors out there now that will do it for you. I did not have that. 72 months in a row, I sent out a hard copy newsletter to my top 5,000 customers that came in because I could segment them. The newsletter was 10% about the business and 90% about fun things that they didn't know. Trivia, Sudoku, contests, where in the world things. It was very interesting to them. No peaking promotion was a great example of a way to get people back in the slow months. Now, you can use this in your business right now, and you can twist it and turn it, but what the gist of this is, and again, it's on what we're going to give you later, it is a little red envelope that you have to have printed with 5 different offers that they get between Thanksgiving and Christmas to invite them to come back in between January 2nd and the end of February, I think it was. But they couldn't open their envelope until they were in front of their server during January 2nd and end of February. So what did that do to our sales in January and February? Spiked it. Absolutely. So we had a full restaurant when all the other restaurants around us were not full. But people loved this, and we did it every single year. And if they came in and didn't get their red envelope, they were like, hey, where's my red envelope? Because they got used to us doing the same promotion. Return on investment for this was for every dollar that I spent on it, I got $22 back. It was unbelievable, unbelievable. You can use the same thing. We did the exact same thing with a scratch-off card in the summer. Right? It was the exact same promotion. They just got to scratch off instead of open their envelope. So you can take a promotion that's working great and turn it into something different like a scratch off and have it still work for you. Now this, I will take 1 minute for. This was my favorite thing. So there's nothing new, right, that you have to recreate. It's all been done. Dan showed you a gazillion examples 2 minutes ago about things that have already been done that are good for you. We would send out handwritten thank you notes. We knew when they came in because we tracked that. So every morning, my office manager would write 25 handwritten thank you notes thanking those people for coming in the night before. This was when people went to our website. and they bought a gift card, and our website was terrible. It was very hard to maneuver. So if they made it the whole way through and bought a gift card, it was a big deal. So I took what Dan Kennedy, I was reading one of the No BS marketing letters, which if you're not a monthly member, you should be, because this is where I got this idea. He had said one of his clients wanted to keep it unique and fun, and they did a funny thank you note. And so I totally swiped and deployed it and made this. It says, and I have to read it here because I can't see it down there, "Dear friend of Nakama, your gift card has been gently taken from our gift card shelves with your sterilized, contamination-free gloves and placed onto a satin pillow. A team of 50 employees inspected your gift card and polished it to make sure it was in the best possible condition before mailing. Our packing specialist, originally from Japan, lit a candle, and a hush fell over the crowd as he put your gift card into the finest white-lined envelope that money can buy. We all had a wonderful celebration afterwards, and the whole party marched down the street to the post office, where the entire town of Southside waved sayonara to your envelope on its way to you or your guest in our private transportation. I hope you had a wonderful time shopping at Nakama Japanese Steakhouse's website. We sure did. Your name is on our wall as Customer of the Year. We're all exhausted, but can't wait for you to come back to eatitnakama.com." Okay, that one thing got us so much word of mouth that it was just unbelievable. They would write letters back to us and say, "This was the best thing I ever got as like my invoice and thank you that's out there," because it was unique, it was funny, it was clever. Did I think it up? Heck no, I swiped it from Dan Kennedy, reading the No BS marketing newsletter. So if you don't have that, get it. All right, moving on. Essential marketing weapon number 5 is you have to create an experience. So we had a lot of birthday celebrations, we had a lot of bachelorette parties, and we didn't want to just give out a little birthday candle. So being in Rory Fatt's mastermind group then, he had a source where you could get these big sparklers. And when you lit them, they blew up, right? And so we'd poke them in the pineapples, walk them through the dining room to anybody who was having a celebration. And behind me, I had purchased this gong and put beads over it. So they're following me. We're carrying the sparkler pineapples. And everybody in the restaurant's doing, "What's that? I want that." Because we were creating the experience. So they then went to the water cooler the next day and said, "Oh my God, we went to Nakama for our birthday celebration and they brought us these big sparklers and we got to ring the gong and got these beads." So you just have to make it different. Light up ice cubes. I thought this was going to be primarily for the kids because I knew whenever my kids wanted to go somewhere, as long as they were going to eat, I'd take them there. So I got light up ice cubes for the kids. Well, it ended up to be for the adults in the bar area. And I created a whole promotion, especially around Valentine's Day, because the light up ice cubes would change colors. So I made the promotion, if you were single and wanted to come in and find someone, have a hookup, you could come into Nakama and buy a light up ice cube after you bought a drink, and if you put it on red, it was you were in a relationship. If it was green, you were available. If it was blue, it's complicated. And if it was multi, so we had a lot of those. And if it was multi, it was what happens at Nakama stays at Nakama. So people loved it. They were busy buying light up ice cubes that cost me maybe 40 cents, and they were paying $4 for them. Okay, but it was, again, about creating the experience. We had big, huge fires. I hired a magician to come in because we were packed Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So I hired him to go around the bar and put the people's name on a playing card, and he'd flip it up onto our ceiling, and the card with their name on it would stick up there. I have no idea how he did it. But we must have had, by the time I sold the restaurant, 2,000 names up on, because everybody wanted to come in and say, "Oh, that's me, look, I've been here before." And now it was like a cheers, right? It was all about they were there and somebody knew them. Essential marketing weapon number 6, give them something they aren't expecting. So we kind of had to rush people out because we needed the tables, right? So we didn't really want them to have dessert. So when they got out to valet, because we had no parking, don't ask, it's a long story, they had to valet their car. When they got in the car after valet, they had sleeves of caramel corn in there waiting for them, so they weren't quite as angry as us rushing them out. They weren't expecting it, they loved it, and I put a $5 bounce back coupon to come back another time. We also did, as I said before, the handwritten thank you notes, and we gave customer appreciation gifts. Oh wait, I had my list. I knew who my top 50 clients were that were spending over $5,000 a year, so I bought these 6-piece cheese sets from Chicago Cutlery. Did they have anything to do with Japanese steakhouse? Nothing, right? It's cheese. We didn't serve cheese. But I wrapped it up, put a handwritten thank you note, sent it out at Thanksgiving time, thanked them for being our customer. Again, the word of mouth, because who here has ever gotten a thank you note from a restaurant, first of all? Anybody? Right. And then to get a gift on top of it, it was crazy. So then it cost me $6 by the time it was all said and done for shipping, $10. They spent $5,000. Well worth it. Number 7, make it fun. People are bored stiff. So we had free ice cream day where we gave out free ice cream, free snow cone day. I did this, chef trading cards. I made all of our chefs like a sports card, right? Like a baseball card. They were excited because no one's ever really thanked them for being a really cool chef. And when the people sat down, they gave out their chef trading cards. And on the back of it, I had them answer 20 questions, and I pulled 4 and made that card a funny, unique thing about them. So it gave them a reason or a way to start with the people that were sitting there and gave them something to talk about. So what can you do in your business to get people talking about you and to make yourselves unique? All right, marketing weapon number 8, don't hang around stupid people. Tell my kids this all the time. You are in the right place. GKIC is the right place for your business. It's the right place to make joint ventures, just like Dave said earlier. There's smart people in this room. All the IBAs that are out there will help you. That's what we like to do. Join, groups. They have peak performers and that type of thing. I'm behind, I'm going. Take action. You have to do something with this information that you're getting today. There's going to be tons of great speakers up here. Just take one thing and move forward. In 2002, I joined Rory Fatt's mastermind group for restaurants. 2005, peak performers. 2005, peak performer. 2006, IBA, because teaching, you learn more than the student. So get involved. Join a group here. So your lesson for the day is, there really is no bag of tricks. There's a lot of hard work. I killed myself at that restaurant, but it was successful. You guys can be successful too. Just use your resources and everything that's here today. I hope you got something out of what I was able to share with you. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. You did
Thank
great.
you.
You did great.
You.
Well, how about that? Another round of applause for Becky. A lot of great information that she shared with everyone. One of the things that Becky talked a little bit about was her daughter and the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and how when we heard the story at GKIC, we thought, that's a wonderful story, and we really wanted to do something and give something back. So she has a ton more swipe and all the stuff on there. I know some people are trying to take pictures real quick. So we have put all of the swipe and everything that she has shared with you guys today, plus, on a CD. As well as we put a couple of our programs and some more swipe file on there for you. All we ask is that you guys make a donation, whatever dollar amount you want, to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. In the back of the room, just make a donation. The CD is right in the back. Cash or check, whatever you'd like to do. This is our gift to you. Thank you for being such a wonderful member, and thank you for being part of the GKIC family. We truly appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
Yes, AJ?
Nick?
Yes.
GKIC would like to start the contributions by contributing $1,000 to the fund that we're doing. Wow. So let's start it, folks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything.